I don't I don't how do I explain this? I don't know for sure that there's a something out there, but it might be. I'm not keeping the door closed. It's not like, oh, there's nothing like that. It might. I just don't know. I haven't seen any signs personally.
My mom, um, she basically, and my grandma say, when you die, you go to heaven if you're a good person. Um, and that's a comforting thought, but this always freaked me the hell out when I was a little kid. Because of that idea that even if it was a nice place, the fact that it's something which goes on forever and you could never see the end of it horrified me. And honestly, it still horrifies me. I still don't have a good answer to that. My entire life, my answer to thinking about my death is I don't know. I think I'm impossible to please. Um, because no matter what the answer is, I sure as hell don't want there to be nothing. Um, but even if there is something, I can't imagine enjoying something forever. It's I'm impossible to really have a good answer to it. So I guess I just don't think about it.
I feel like it could be a way to just for from my point of view, it's a way to like escape from everything, like to just get away from it. You know, my like when my dad passed, like he wrote a letter, and he was like talking to people about like where do you think like you go, like if we just ended up like leaving, and people would just talk about oh like go to heaven or hell and just a bunch of other stuff. I honestly don't know what death really is. Like I've always been scared of death and like dying and stuff like that. That's why every day when I wake up, I'm just so grateful to be alive, to be where I am, to be here. Um, Cause like you can't take life for granted. Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
My great grandmother passed away in 2020, and she was the first, she was the first funeral I've ever been to, and I saw her body in the casket, and it was such a surreal feeling because the only way that I'd ever seen this body was alive with a voice and with thoughts, and now it's the same exact body, but it like you can't put these things into words, but everything that you know about the person is gone, but the physical is still there, and like my dad and my grandma and my mom, they like touched her hand, and like I think my dad even kissed her on the forehead, but I was like I like sad thought, I was like maybe next funeral I'll be ready, but this funeral like I cannot, because I think if I touch her like it will completely like tear apart this like constant this idea I have of her, and in a way it could have been helpful to like do that and realize that she's gone, but I like at 18 I was just like not ready to do something like that.
This was the 2000s. This was like 2007, 2006, something like that. My mom had some really bad body image stuff and some really bad self worth. Um, so she really, really was worried about. She is obese, but like she was. She's not like. She is healthier than other people I've seen. Plenty of other people I've seen. She's not in the danger zone or anything, especially back then. But she really, really believed she was super overweight, and she hated the way she looked in her health. Um, and she was really worried that her heart was in a bad place. So while we were having dinner at Red Lobster one day for like my dad's birthday party, um, my mom started breathing heavy, and she thought she was having a heart attack. So we ended up going to the hospital. She was fine though. Um, but I guess I was in a weird. I don't remember that much about how I felt, other than just thinking it was surreal, because your parents are like there for your entire life, that you can't really think about losing one of them. You don't know what to do, so it just feels more than scary. It felt surreal, you know.
Like sooner or later, me and you, we're gonna have to go through it, and we're not gonna know what it is. Like we're not gonna, and we don't know like when we'll die. We don't know like it like it could be it could just be one day when we're just sleeping and we just can't wake up, or we just get really sick. We don't know what's gonna happen, so we just have to just live life to the best of our ability. Like wake up saying, today I'm gonna go and give it my all because this could be my last chance. You know, none of us could really like until we actually go through it and then we're like, oh, okay, so that's what it is.
I'm Mexican, and like growing up, we're told death, like the death of somebody, is a celebration of their life instead of mourning what could have been. So of Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. No, so like so for us, like Day of the Dead is like a three day period where we celebrate the people we lost. So we go to their grave sites. We put pictures of them. We put flowers. We put food, and just be happy about the time we spent with them.